All right. Well, welcome, Tim, to the Real Talk at ERA 2022.
Great, thanks.
Pleasure to meet you now in person.
Yep.
And but yeah, so tell us a little about yourself. Who are you, and what do you do?
Well, my name is Tim Kilfoil. I'm from Ohio. I'm a manufacturer's rep. We've been in business since 1948, third generation, and I'm in business with my oldest sister, who is our chief operating officer.
Okay, very good. So, so it's third generation.
Third generation.
Third generation. Right. So it started back. So now, as a rep side, what type of industries you're in? The active, passive, electromechanical. What type of?
So the business was started primarily in passive electronics.
Passive,
so resistors,
okay.
Koa, it's our biggest line.
Oh, wow, okay.
And we've been involved with the same company since 1948. We are big in circuit boards. It's a big part of what we do. We're in other passive components, capacitors and so forth. We do a little bit in semi-conductors, a lot more in electromechanical products as well. Been with the ERA since, I don't know exactly when, but we've been a part of the ERA for decades. We only recently began to engage with them more closely, but
and participate more through it.
Exactly.
So how do you feel? I mean, today, 2 years, and basically displaced at home, working from home and certain things. Now we're out at an event, over 500 people together. How does it feel?
Well, it feels good. It's great to be in front of people. Here, there's no plexiglass or anything here. It feels great. It's nice to see the people out and engage at the biggest conference I think they've ever had. I mean, certainly twice as big as the last one I went to 2 years ago. So it's great to see people out and engaged. Business has been strong. We've got challenges, of course, but we always will. But the ERA is growing with everybody, and they've got a super team involved running the show, literally here, but also running the entire organization. Tons of new programs, a lot. Seeing some younger people get involved as well has been good. I mean, it's good for all of us. It's good for the industry, but it's nice to see that in place.
Yeah, I mean, it's excellent. For me, it's like this is my second show. 2019 was the first one. Now it's 2022. And 2019, it blew me away. I'm like, wow. It was right before the whole world shut down. I'm like, wow, I've been in this industry for many years. As I said, I'm like the second generation in this electronics industry from our company. And I'm like, why haven't I been coming to this? I went to EDS many times, but ERA, because it was more collaborative, there's more breakout sessions, and you can rub shoulders with executives, C-level to newbies, and everybody's on the same leveling field. Everybody's sharing thoughts, collaborating, and in the classroom environment, in the breakout session. So for me, it's like really empowering. Like, this is fantastic. This is how the industry should be.
No, it's great. The other thing it offers is a crystallized view of some of the things that really are coming into focus for us specifically. So marketing, I mean, more than anything, I'm hearing marketing for a very good reason. I know, we're trying to engage closely with more and more customers in the field. We have more and more new manufacturers, new technology. People have been, no one has really been laying off the past 2 years at all. It's just that we've been hindered by the ability to see customers. But what's been happening is we've had to make some hard decisions. How are we going to go to market? What are the tools we want to put in place? What are the investments that we need to make? We've made them in a lot of places, but primarily in marketing. Marketing, new tools. But what's, again, one of the other crystallized visions we have is how are we getting in front of the brand new engineers getting out of college last year, this year? How do we get in front of them? How do we stay in front of them? How do we stay top of mind in engineers who are no longer coming into the office? Maybe they come in 2 days a week, 3 days a week, but they're still out there, out of the office 40% of the time. How are you going to engage with them? So there's been content here this week in some of the breakout sessions with some of the tools, some of the ways, tricks of the trade and so forth, but these are all new. So they're not time tested. There's a lot of new stuff going on in the industry. So it's a challenge, but it's interesting to have a lot of, I'll call them seasoned professionals in this industry who've been able to kind of chew through this with us. But there's also a lot of young talent coming out, out of school, engineers, bright people. So for our industry, it's a great thing to do. It's a great thing to have, and it's exciting. It's exciting to be a part of it. Actually, Rob, this is all exciting too. I love it. I'm really excited about this. I'm excited about doing more and more of this with our company, but also along with you and seeing how we can engage more.
I know, I appreciate it, and that's what you said. It's like reinventing the sales model, the sales professional, the rep business, the engineer, and how you reinvent that through a digital world, because we're all in the digital revolution the pandemic has pushed us into. So for this aspect, it's been really, really fascinating, and I love how you put the points. Like, how do we reach our potential client? The generations are changing. We went through these classes. Like, how do we get in front of them? There's certain ways, because the new generation does live off social media. They do. That's sometimes their source of truth. The older generation, not so much. It's different. So we want to have that sales professional and share the thoughts and share the trials and tribulations that everybody's feeling through the rep, manufacturer, and distribution, which are 3 pillars that really elaborate the whole ecosystem that we are in, the foundation of the hardware that powers all the systems that we're using today. I mean, it's funny, it's like everything we're using, all electronics we're talking into, are built by the hardware that we sell and provide to the customers.
Well, and more being sold. More headsets, more microphones, more speakers. It's great.
So
it's a good thing.
It's an exciting industry, and I'm just happy to be here. Happy to meet you in person.
Yeah, you too.
To really touch base, and we're gonna do a podcast together in a couple weeks.
That's right.
Or actually next week.
That's right.
Get this together. But I really appreciate you coming by, doing a quick little reel for us, and sharing your thoughts and telling about yourself. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the actually, Michael Knight's about to speak right now, so I think that's always going to be innovating and fascinating what he does, and then we'll go from there.
Great.
Well, thanks a lot.
Yeah,
Appreciate it,
thank
Tim.
you.
Thank
it's a
you.
pleasure.
It's a pleasure.